it was, what it shall be. This is JL the Anti-Guru, and it's Monday. And you know how we do it. We always start off with a little music. And this is my new theme song, guys, for my live. So I've decided this is what I want to put out there. But today we're going to be talking about, and actually we're going to be continuing on last week's live, which was the 4 levels of action. So you're going to want to try to check this out. So let me stop the music, and we will jump right into this. So, as the title suggests, average is failing you. So why am I saying this, guys? You know, because look, the world is filled with average. I mean, we see average every day, mediocre every day. There are lots of people that live their lives that way, and that's okay. You know, even though the middle class is built on this acceptable level of activity. But here's the thing: the evidence is pointing that this type of thinking isn't working. You know, this addiction to average can actually kill your dreams. Because here's some stats. And I'm looking at my notes, guys. The average worker reads less than a book a year. They work 37.5 hours a week and earn 319 times less than the top CEOs. So why is this important? Because mindset really determines how far and how well you are successful, no matter what you're doing, whether you're an entrepreneur or even if you're just working a job and you're trying to move up the ladder, whatever that is. So, you know, CEOs read more than 60 books a year. That's an average of 5 books a month. And you know, so a lot of people they hate on these people. People who are CEOs who are making $100,000, $200,000, $500,000, $1 million a year, and but you haven't taken into consideration how they got to that level. How did they achieve that success? And 9 times out of 10, I'll say 10 times out of 10, it's their mindset, and it's the massive action that they were willing to take in order to achieve that goal. You know, so I'm gonna give you an example. Starbucks, the Starbucks CEO, his name is Howard Schultz, and back in 2008, that's when we had that economic turn down, and he did like a lot of other CEOs. He tried cutting expenses. He started downsizing, but one thing that he did that some of these other entrepreneurs and CEOs didn't do was he actually went out and visited the Starbucks stores and started talking to the patrons, started talking to the customers and asking them, what can we do to make your experience better? What can we do?
Incoming subspace signal.
All right, that's an incoming subspace signal. As you know, many of you may know, may not know, I'm a big Star Trek fan, and you know, so all of my alerts are Star Trek theme based. But you know, so he expanded his company, and by how did he do that? Well, he used his personal energy, his resources, and his creativity to take the massive action to actually grow Starbucks, as opposed to some of the other companies. They just cut expenses, they cut people out, and they still suffered during that economic turndown. So here's the thing, guys. It's never safe to move in normal activity levels. It affects every area of your life, whether it's health, marriage, wealth, even spiritual conditions. If you try to stay at the average, or you're cheating yourself out of the full potential of what you have, what you can do. You know, average doesn't work in any area. Average thoughts and average activities, they get you average problems that could eventually overwhelm you because you're at that average level. Remember, the middle class is stuck at that level. But there are people who I know personally. I've got some cousins. I got a cousin and her business partner who they epitomize massive action. And I'm not going to name them, but they know if they come on this live, they know who I'm talking about. What they do on Facebook, they're in your face every single day. They do 5 or 6 lives a day, putting themselves out there and doing far and over above what their competition is doing. Average is why many companies fail, and especially new companies. Because here's the thing, you start out and you have a great idea, you get some people involved, and everybody is excited and committed to the success of this company. But I'm gonna have to. I can't take this call right now. I'm gonna have to decline that. But my point is that when you're starting out with new companies, you got everybody involved. They're willing to do the average, but maybe they say, okay, we need to talk to 10 people to get our product sold or to get our service used. But then some people will say, well, maybe we need to scale that back, and maybe we only need to do 5. And then some people might say, well, let's just get 3, because 3 maybe is the average. And what happens is that you end up lowering your activity level, which lowers your results, which lowers your success. So my point in all of this, guys, is that if you're an entrepreneur, or if you're just a person who is working a 9 to 5, you're working a job and you want to move up, you have to do more than your competition. You have to take massive action. You have to do over and above. You can no longer be average, because average is all that you get. I remember I was talking with my sister a couple of years ago, and you've heard this term. I'm sure some of you have said it in yourself. Well, I just want to be able to pay my bills. Okay, well, if all you do is earn enough money to pay your bills, that means you can't go out to eat, you can't go on vacations, you can't even bless people, because all you have is enough to pay your bills. That's average. And that's not the best life that you want. Most people want to live the best life that they can, but a lot of times they don't do that because they're not willing to take that massive action. They're not willing to step out away from average. So that brings me to, I've got some exercises that I want you to take. And again, I've been reading this book, 10 Times Rule by Grant Cardone. That's where this information comes from. If you want to pick up this book, I'm sure you can pick it up and buy it on Amazon. That's where I got my copy. So I would advise you to really go purchase this book if you want to move your life into the next level. If you want to upgrade, if you want to step above average, this is a book that can help, that definitely give you a blueprint to help you get there. Because it's changed my mindset as well since I've been reading it. But here are the exercises I want you to do. And when you do these things, hey, put it in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking, what you're talking about. I'm always interested in feedback from everybody. But exercise number 1 is, and I'm reading from the book, write down the names of people who you know operate only at average levels. Then write down 3 times in your life when average actions caused you to come up short. Now that's a good one. Number 3, write down the names of people who you know are exceptional and describe how they are different from average. That's going to help you get a template on what you need to be doing. And then look up the definition of average as an adjective and write it down. And you'll be surprised. I think if I go back in the book, he gave a brief description of it. But if you look up average and see for yourself what it holds for you, it's typical, ordinary, common. Nobody wants to be those things. We all want to be exceptional. We all want to be special. So those are your assignments. if you choose to do so. And if you do those things, please put it in the comments after this live, and let me know what you thought, what you think about what we're talking about today. But again, my point is that no, it's no longer acceptable to be average. You know, if the last 2 years have shown you, average can be a disaster for you. People who thought they had job security didn't. People lost their jobs, lost their homes, lost their minds. All kinds of things came from not being able to adapt, and also not becoming exceptional and over and above. So that's the theme that I want to impress upon you, that it's time to move into your best life. It's time to take massive action. It's time to do what the average people won't do, if you want an above average life. And I think most people do. Now, there are some people who say they're good where they are. If that's your case, then don't worry about this. You know, but as always, I like to always put out there, if you are a business owner and you would like to come on my broadcast, I look forward to showcasing other businesses and helping them to promote whatever they're doing. It doesn't matter whether you're a product, service, whatever it is. I'm interested in helping others. I believe my success is tied directly to the people that I help and serve. So if you're interested in coming on my broadcast, put hashtag broadcast. If you are watching this live, put hashtag live. If you're watching this on the replay, push hashtag replay. Let me know who you are and where you're coming from. And we're always going to start the same way, end the same way we started, with a little music. Because that's pretty much all that I have for you today. But again, I want to encourage you to be above average. All right, that's it. Later, remember my motto: eat well and live strong. We love you. See you next Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Later.